Beautiful. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for joining me today. I had the pleasure of supporting you through the under-19 Australian women's basketball team. And I would love to chat with you today just about your journey through basketball, obviously dealing and managing with some injuries and how we work together to support you. So thank you so much for chatting with me today.
No, of course, Nix. Yeah, we've had a great relationship over the past. Oh, you actually were my physio back in Pop. Oh no, not Papua New Guinea.
I
Was
was
it in
with the men's
China?
team, yeah, but
Men's
yeah,
team. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So we had a bit of communication there, but yeah. So I'll talk you through my basketball journey. So I started basketball when I was 5. And yeah, I basically was a triple bottom major at Frankston Blues. I did rep for like 10 years before I got a scholarship going to the COE, Centre of Excellence at the AIS. And to that time, I was also with Roval Sports Academy doing their basketball program. And yeah, I was at the COE for 2 years under David Herbert. And I had a lot of opportunities to represent Australia at Australian tournaments, also overseas. And yeah, and then I played my first year at pro for Sydney Flames. So that was pretty exciting. I learned a lot there, and now I'm at college at Arkansas University.
Amazing. It's been such a cool journey and just seeing, obviously, over the last like 2 or 3 years, just the growth. And I think, yeah, 2025 has been a massive year for you. Yeah, there's been so much going on and so much happening. And it's just been so good just observing from the background as well and seeing that. I'd love to sort of explore a little bit more, obviously, with some of the injuries and problems and challenges that you've faced in your career so far. So, yeah, talk a little bit around sort of some of the injuries and things that you have had to manage and work through.
Yeah, so I've had a couple injuries through my career this far. I had a bad back injury back when I was 15. That was probably the biggest injury that kind of set me back and made me realize that it's not, going to be a smooth sailing throughout my career. And yeah, I guess I learned a lot about myself during that injury, and learn a lot about load management and how important the gym is. And then from there, I also had a stress reaction in my fibula, and I've had a stress reaction in my tibia. So that's also set me back and made me miss out on tournaments and important games. So yeah, they've been very hard to manage, but yeah, I've learned a lot during my time with injuries.
Just going a little bit deeper with some of those like lessons and learnings that you've had. Like obviously you mentioned load management was something. Was there anything else that you'd sort of yeah, sort of started to realize or learn about yourself through those injuries?
Yeah, I learned that like you can get a lot better. You don't have to be on court to get better, and to trying to work towards your goals. You can do a lot off court when you're injured, especially like the gym. Like I've fallen in love with the gym through when I've been injured, just rehabbing, and I love it now even when I'm not injured. And I think just like learning not to compare your journey to other people's journeys, and that can be really hard. When you see other people achieving the goals that you want to achieve and the dreams that you want to do, but every journey is going to be different, and that's what makes it like so unique and special because you know what you've been through to get to where you want to get to and to achieve the things you want to achieve. So I think that's very important, just to like not compare yourself and honestly just like compete against yourself because yeah.
I love that. That's great. Yeah. And I think just obviously knowing you over the last few years, I think you're just such a hard worker. And I think we had to really work on like less is more sometimes. And
Yeah.
really just looking at like the load management and the recovery and you actually improve and get better when you're recovering. And if you just, overtraining and doing a bit too much, obviously I always think of like injuries and pain as like the pain teacher and it's trying to tell you something. So if you don't listen, then it just starts to get louder and louder. So it's really interesting. And yeah, I think there's like two ends of the spectrum. You've got people that don't do enough, and then you've got more of your high performers, A-type personalities that are like more, more, more.
Mhm.
And it's just finding that middle ground. And like you said, everyone's different with what they can tolerate as well. And I think that's where it's like that holistic approach, like looking at your load management. I think the other
Mhm.
thing, especially for female athletes, is like around your nutrition and how you're fueling your body for your sport. obviously looking at your menstrual cycle and things like that as well.
Mhm.
I don't know, we've had messages around that as well and
Yeah.
celebrating. So yeah, talk to me a
Yeah.
little bit more about that side of things if you're open to it.
Yeah, of course. So I've had a very like irregular period. And it always my period would always just go for a certain amount of time, and whenever I'd get injured, it would come back. So I'd go months and months without having my period, and it didn't really I didn't really understand why, but it started to become more noticeable to me when I'd get injured is when I'd get my period. So I've had like a lot of discussions with doctors and gynecologists, I think that's the right word, about like my period and fueling and dietitians. And I'm getting onto it and understanding it a lot better. But because athletes, especially women athletes, we work a lot, we work hard, and we need to make sure that we're eating enough to like what we're doing. And I find it's a very hard balance, especially when we're doing so much in season and pre-season. Like it's really hard to eat enough that you need, like eat enough to make sure you're fueling your body right. And it's something I'm still like figuring out myself. Like in college, it's completely like we do so much. We have 3 hour sessions a day. We've got gym in the morning. It's just trying to find the time where I can get the extra calories in and extra food in and snacks so that I'm fueling my body right, and the right snacks too. Like you need to be making sure you've got enough carbs before you're training, and just yeah, putting the right things in your body because I think that's really important as well. But yeah.
100%. And I think, like you said, again, it's very individual with what feels good for you. And
Mhm.
obviously, yeah, listening to how your body and how it's feeling, it's going to definitely tell you, and you're going to feel good. And if you're responding well and, you have reduced injury risk, then yeah, that's the main thing, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Love it. So I'd love to chat a little bit more, obviously, in the lead up to the World Cup this year. So I was just looking back through our messages, and on the 8th of May this year, you text me saying, Neeks, can we have a call? And that phone call, you were like, my shin is pretty sore. You were doing double sessions, I think, weren't you? You were doing a fair bit of training at the time.
I was I was training, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess we had to move pretty quickly because we had the selection camp for the team that next week. And then I
Mhm.
think like 8 weeks later, we were leaving for Worlds. So, and I think that's the beauty of being in that high performance sport environment where, I could get onto Maya, the sports doc straight away. She sent you the referral and you pretty much got the MRI that day.
Yeah, it was insane. I got it straight away, like that day.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess the outcome of that was yeah, there was some grade 2 medial tibial bone stress. So the way that we managed that initially was like we really need to offload just to get this to settle. So you came to the camp that next week with crutches and with the moon boot. How did that feel for you, and what was that like? Obviously, going from that, lots of training to then having to kind of be off legs for a little bit.
Yeah, I was very stressed at the start because, World Cup, everyone wants to be in that team, and finding out a week before that I've got bone stress in my tibia, that's pretty scary because I've already been there before and I knew how long it took me to get back to back on court. So that was pretty scary, and knowing that the time frame was very short for me to be able to recover. Yeah, honestly, I was just very like anxious and scared, but I had full faith in you and Maya to like help me get back, and yeah.
Yeah, and I think like it's just a testament to you because I remember you texting me like, Neeks, whatever I need to do to get back, like, can we be in the gym at 6 a.m. before like camp training starts? So we're like uplifting, you're on the watt bike during the training sessions, like
Oh,
sweating
don't miss that
buckets.
bike.
But that's the thing. It's like I think we just needed to flip the switch, and it's like, cool, we're not on legs doing any training, but what can we do to make sure that you're physically prepared? So then when you
Mhm.
do get back there, you're at a good state and you're ready to go. And your
Mhm.
communication level was just insane. And I think that's like the biggest thing was obviously just keeping that communication, how you're feeling. We obviously then put you more into that hybrid injury management because, I was in Sydney, you're in Melbourne, I was in Adelaide. So it was just managing everything together. And obviously, you didn't really need to see me in person for that stuff. We could just manage it virtually and remotely. We had in your
Yeah.
training heroic like all the sessions that you were doing. Obviously, we were utilizing like bone loading principles. So we were doing a lot of like day on, day off stuff just to monitor your response. And then obviously, yeah, you just communicating and then we could sort of adjust things as we went. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I think yeah, like you mentioned before, we had like 52 days between sort of
Yeah.
when we found out to when we left. And obviously you went from being on the crutches in the moon boot and then, texting me like, I'm out of the boot, I don't have any pain. And then from there, then it's like, okay, let's try some of that loading. So it was like a jog walk and tick that box. And then
Yeah.
obviously built it up and supported you along that journey. And I think it was, yeah, end of May, you were, no pain out of the boot. And then we pretty much, yeah, had like a month until we left. So yeah, talk to me
Yeah.
about how that sort of felt for you and obviously that journey over that, 8 weeks.
Yeah, no, I just remember constantly texting you, updating you on little wins, little concerns, and I'd get so stressed out, but I always like when I was finished texting you, I felt a lot better because I had a lot of trust in you and the program that you'd set out for me. You had, I think it was like 3 day a week gyms,
Yeah.
three gyms a week. And then we slowly got into the walk run, and that was very different. I hadn't done anything like that before as part of my rehab because last time I had a stress injury, I was at the COE, so this was like a different approach. But I really liked it, and I remember my first run and walk. I think I sent you a voice memo, and I was really happy. um, yeah, so I think it was just it was good to celebrate little wins. And if I did have concerns, like you were always there to quickly text me and just make me feel better and keep me grounded. But yeah, no, I think you helped me because obviously being someone who wanted to always do more, you had options like on the bike for me to, because I'm someone who likes to sweat. So when I had the bike sessions, they just helped me feel like I really completed something and like I was working really hard. So yeah, the crazy in me I could still be, but without loading my legs too much.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And yeah, I could just definitely see the type of person you are. So it was just trying to fit that between and obviously, yeah, just challenge you a little bit with some of that, yeah, more not being too much. So yeah.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Oh, and then obviously, yeah, we made it to Portugal for the
we made it.
tournament, and then on to the World Cup. So yeah, talk to me obviously about how that felt for you. Obviously, getting on the plane, getting to Portugal. Obviously, we were still managing things a fair bit through that sort of pre-Worlds tournament, and then obviously, yeah, when we got to World Cup, you were managing really well. But yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think I was just so relieved and like I had a sense that I was just really proud of myself because I doubted myself a lot during the rehab. Like there was a lot of days where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, and then there was days that I, was feeling good. But I think just like getting on the plane and knowing I was going and I was in the team, that made me feel really good. I guess so. Yeah, and World Cup, I was managed during the pre-tournament. And yeah, we still worked closely. I was getting treatment, I think nearly every day. I think I
Yeah.
was getting treatment every day. We're doing the little gym sessions in Portugal as well. Um, yeah, no, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember like I think in the lead up you messaged me and you were just like, I just want to be able to get back to like unrestricted minutes. And
Hmm.
yeah, feel really good with that. And obviously, throughout the World Cup when we got to the Czech Republic, yeah, you were, able to play like decent minutes. We obviously managed your time and yeah, your minutes played over that tournament as well. Obviously, towards the back end, the minutes really increased a fair bit as well. But yeah, how
Yeah.
did that sort of feel for you? Yeah, getting through the World Cup.
Yeah, it was good. I just had full trust in you and Maya. Like I knew that, in the lead up, you'd gotten me to get onto the plane and to be fit enough to get onto the plane and then to manage me through. Like, yeah, I'm just so grateful for you guys and like the rehab program and doing it. It's pretty hard to do it like online, but you guys, got me through it. And yeah, I'm very happy and grateful.
Nice. And what did it feel like being able to play in the gold medal game against the USA?
Yeah, that was insane. I feel like there was a lot of doubt from the outside for our team. We'd lost a couple people, and it was just insane to just go all the way to the gold medal and beat some crazy teams as well that people didn't think would beat. And yeah, I just yeah, really proud of our team. And I think it's a moment where all us girls are going to look back on and just be so proud of. Like, I still go through my photos and I'm just, yeah, I just loved my time. And I think we just had such a great staff, great players, like just great people in general. So it's just an incredible, incredible experience.
Yeah, that's great. And Bonnie is so tough. Was it in the first game where you came down on both your knees and were like taping your knees up?
Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, that was the first game. I don't know if I was like on offense or defense, but I'd run into the signs
Yeah.
on the side of the court, and they've just taken a chunk of my skin off on both knees, and you've had to tape me up with my knees. And it looked like I had these dodgy knee pads on. But yeah, no, that was yeah. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then your elbow as well.
I'm not kidding. You guys had to tape me up nearly every game because I was bleeding. Yeah, then the elbow. I still have to wear a arm sleeve now for quite a while because of my elbow still.
I did see
So
you
I'm
rocking
still
that in some of the photos. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
compulsory. I don't have a choice. I'm not trying to be that person. I have to like actually wear the arm sleeve because if I knock it, it's gonna be really painful.
Yeah, yeah. And then obviously to finish off and win a silver medal and then be named in the All-Star five for the tournament, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, I think I just look back on just I think 2 months ago, like when I wasn't even able to be on court. I think I think it was just I was just really proud. Yeah, it was just yeah, I think I was just really proud because I really didn't think I'd even be at that tournament, and then to be, you know, in the top five, it was yeah, a really proud moment, and I think I would have been able to do it without my teammates as well. Like they and the way Renee played, the Renee's style of game allowed me to play my game and yeah, I'm just yeah really grateful.
Love it. So good. And then, yeah, I guess tell me something that was a little bit unique about us working together.
Hmm. I think I think just the way we went about like the stress, the bone loading in the rehab process. Like I'd never done like a day on day off, and then so how we did it, I'll explain it in more detail. Is that we had like three sessions a day where they were spaced out. It was like 6 hours was the minimum
Yeah.
of time, yeah, between the sessions I could do.
Yeah.
And that was really unique. I was like, wow, so I'm gonna have to like go to three different places during the day to try and like load my shin. So that was really unique, and I really enjoyed it because I mean it worked. So yeah.
And that's where I just love like the research into bone and how it responds so differently. So like the
Mm,
bone cells get so bored. Like that's why we see a lot of stress injuries in runners and long distance runners, for example, because they're just like repetitively loading it. Whereas if we can
mm-hmm,
do short bursts of like that high intensity and then give it time to recover and then hit it
yeah.
again later, that's what then starts to build it up as well. So using those
Mm,
principles and then integrating that into obviously your rehab is yeah, sort of the way we decided to go about it. And I think definitely had a positive and good result. So yeah, it's really
yeah.
interesting. And yeah, like I said, a credit to you for sticking to the plan and just that communication. It was yeah, such a pleasure to support you throughout that journey. Yeah, I'd just love to finish off like what's some advice that you would kind of give 11 or 12-year-old Bonnie?
Oh, I think probably what I said earlier on, just to like not compare your journey to other people's,
Mm.
because obviously I've went through a lot of injuries, and it's so easy to just compare your journey when other people are, achieving the goals that you want to achieve. But I think if I'm just competing against myself and, just working hard and doing all the things I can control, then yeah, you'll get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, love it. I think that's yeah, the best advice because yeah, your journey is so different to everyone else's and you just can't compare it. So stay in your
Mhm.
lane and really focus on where what things that you can control and yeah, it's about obviously turning those setbacks into comebacks and I think finding the right support and getting the right people around you as well because you don't have to do it on your own. So
So
yeah,
important.
that's great. Yeah. Love it, Bonnie. Thank you so much for your time today. It was so good to reminisce on some of those
I know.
memories, which was great. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing like your story because I know it's going to inspire so many other, junior athletes, in particular females. So yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you, Neves. You've helped me heaps. Enjoyed talking about it.
Yeah, and obviously all the best for college and like your next steps in your career. I'll definitely be following along, and yeah, wish you nothing but the best.
Well, thanks, Nix. I appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.